All right, guys, so we're here today with Age is Just a Number again. One more episode. You'll see that we're trying to make it more professional, make it nicer. And today we have a guest here, amazing guest, Mr. Omar Garcia, great friend of ours. Here with Marcus, Mr. D in the game.
What's up, baby?
Guys, so pay attention. Today we're going to talk about...
Age is just a number, but today has a special name, baby. These two guys are 40. So the name of this podcast is How to Be 40 and Still Killing It.
Woo, woo. That's it. That's it, guys. It's very important for us to talk about consistency. I believe that consistency is a big secret for success in general, right? I have just fought this weekend, and a lot of people are like, oh my God, like how do you still do it? Yeah. I never stopped. And I believe that has a lot to do with what we're going to be talking here today. Omar is a great friend of ours. And, man, this guy is like the top coach on body transformation and bodybuilding in Miami. And he's like, I'm consistent with my training. Yeah. But, that's pretty much it. But that's pretty much it. This guy, like the levels of professionalism that he has to have in order to keep himself on the bodybuilding world is like, it's nuts. Thank you. And coming to his house one time, I came there, he was eating chicken and broccoli. And then the next day, chicken and broccoli again. I was like, bro, this is off season, what are you doing? And what thought you told me that, Omar, and I still remember to this day, because the quality of your muscles, it doesn't come overnight. You can't do a season in one season and expect for you to have the gains and the things that you need to do in order to perform. Is that correct? Yep. And you told me that your diet is over a lifetime.
It's a lifestyle.
Right? It's a lifestyle, right?
Yeah. So, and before we started, we were talking about like because you see somebody like this guy's level of fitness and what he does is no joke. And all the accolades that Cyborg has, et cetera. So you guys are very accomplished physically, mentally, and so forth. So give us a little bit of a few things, maybe a little bit on the nutrition side, a little bit on the training side. Like, what does your regimen look like? Because, it's gains and success in life isn't easy. So a little bit of your path.
Okay. I've been doing this for 20 years. Okay. I started when I was 19. I never stopped since. So, and the trick, I think for me, or for everybody, just the trick is just to keep doing it. Just every day. It's a lifestyle. So I've been doing the nutrition, going to the gym all the time, training hard, competing. But you have to have, the love not for even for the body, health.
Right.
Because it's all about health, okay? There's people that they just want to transformate. But the thing is that they don't really love to be healthy.
Yeah.
So I think to be healthy is the key, If you learn how to eat, if you learn how to train, it can be jiu-jitsu, it can be bodybuilding, it can be CrossFit, whatever. Like, if you really love it, you can just stay younger forever. Yeah.
And there's pillars. There's certain pillars that you have to respect to be able to have that health, right? That are common. Although Omar's a purple belt, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yep, he's a purple belt.
Yeah.
I stopped going because the ceremony, bro. I was like, you know what? I'm not getting the brown belt. I just go home. I don't want to come back anymore.
Just so he wouldn't get whipped. That's it. He's too scared from the graduation.
That's all school. Fight sports is all school, man.
Yeah. There he goes. He's repping the house right there. Fight sports right there.
I love that.
Yeah. So that's the thing, man. It's not. He's not foreign to jiu-jitsu at all, right? You can't see his ears, but he has some cauliflower ears. But whole thing is there's rituals, right? And one thing that it doesn't matter whatever area of life. Tell me your rituals and I'll tell you who you are. What do you do when you wake up? What do you do when you eat? What do you do when you're pissed off? What's the comfort food that you're going to have? What's the comfort habit you're going to have? Because that's going to make you or break you, right? Yeah. And you live in a state where you're constructing yourself or you're destructing yourself, period.
That's it.
Period. You're always constructing or destructing, right? And for you guys to have and achieve, you guys live under constant pressure and competition, right? I don't compete, right? But you guys live under competition, right? So maybe run by, some of your nutrition habits. Do you do cheat meals? I know you eat very clean because there's another thing too. You chicken and broccoli, but where did the chicken come from?
Right.
You know, it's like, is it a healthy chicken? Is this chicken turned into when this little chicken to a big chicken 3 months? So what are some of your habits? You know, food, blood, looking at blood, training. You know, back when you were doing jiu-jitsu, were these habits different?
Man, when I was doing jiu-jitsu, it was hard. It was really hard. Yeah. It was just hardcore there, man. Like, it was different level. Like, going there is a different level.
Yeah.
Going to fight sports is just a different level, you know. So, but when it comes about nutrition, man, I just been eating anywhere from 5 to 7 times a day. Depends on, you know, the season.
You count calories?
I don't really count calories. Like, I just...
Well, it's probably automatic for you.
Yeah.
He has been doing
that's why.
for this time enough, right? He knows his body, and he knows what he needs.
Yeah. But I wake up in the morning, you know, like maybe like 5, 6 a.m. I have my eggs, you know.
What does breakfast look like?
10 eggs. Yeah.
A chicken.
A chicken. It's 10 eggs. And then have oatmeal, anywhere from 50 to 70 grams, and some fruits.
Cool.
Like blackberry, blueberries, raspberries, you know. And then that's my second meal is just a protein shake.
What time? What time is that meal?
Every 3 hours.
Okay.
So if I start eating at 6 a.m., just every 3 hours. I have a protein shake, and then I have anywhere from 200 to 250 grams of, it can be chicken, fish, it can be red meat, but it depends on the season. During the off season, I eat, you know, maybe less protein, and then when I go into the season to get ready for a show, I increase my protein intake. So, but it's just 6 times a day, but I've been doing it for such a long time that I just got used to it. So it's a lifestyle. Anywhere I go, I have my bag. I have my meals. If I go to the movie theater, if I go to a restaurant, anywhere I go, if I'm prepping, I have my food with me. The things that I just want to stay like this for a long time, you know. I don't want to hit 50 and then be like, you know, fat and feeling like shit, because I don't really like that. So I like the way how I look, but most important, I like the way how I feel.
Right.
And it's about that, man. There is a lot of people, they look good, but they feel like shit.
Right.
We don't know that.
Right.
We see the guy and that guy looks like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
No, I know he looks good, but he feels like shit. He's eating shit. He has good genes. You know, he doesn't even have to do cardio. So and one of the things that really encourage my clients to do is just cardio, man. Getting into cardio is really good. It's really, you know, health wise, it's really, really good to do cardio every day, man. Like at least 5 times a week, and anywhere from 30 to maybe 40, 60 minutes, you know, keeping your heart rate between 130 and 150. Because the thing is, there is a lot of people that go and they do cardio for an hour, but their heart rate is 100, 110.
Really
so don't fucking do the cardio, man.
Oh, let me ask you that. When you were doing jiu-jitsu, were you still doing the cardio? Because that thing is like...
Oh, man. No, I wasn't.
Yeah, because
you know, man, after you do, like, just the warm up.
I know. Yeah.
Man, we start. I remember because
you can't do the cardio.
I start. You know where I start? I start when he was in 41st.
When I first got here, like Omar came to my first school.
Oh, yeah. How long do you guys know each other?
Well, 14 years.
14?
Yeah,
Oh,
14 years now.
You Venezuelan too?
He came to my school when I first opened. So I was there, and a lot of guys used to walk in and challenge, like, oh, you jiu-jitsu, want to see what's up, like out of nowhere. So imagine that. I'm teaching and walking him and his brother, they're both huge. And I look at it, they're both walking to the gym. I was like, there we go. You know? Well, like, when I start a party here, and these guys are huge. And I come in there like, you know, like, he just has size. This guy is like, so like, such a big guy.
Yeah.
Thank
You know? So he walks in like, oh, can I train jiu-jitsu? Super respectful. I was like, thanks God. You know, and we started training back in the days, and we were like 3-4 people. We like, the team was just getting started. You know, and we've had such an amazing time throughout all of those great years. But again, whenever you're such a high-level competitor as he is on his sport, and as we grow old, and I see that towards some sports that I'm trying to experience now, it's very hard for you to do 2 sports that demands a lot of energy from you.
Well, you were. I'm gonna. You guys were just talking about. You were going over your training regimen before us getting on the camera. You were talking about how you're not lifting heavy. If you could develop on that, you're not lifting heavy. You were telling him because of jiu-jitsu. What were you saying in regards to that?
Because exactly like that. You know what I mean? Like for many years, especially when I was younger, I could do whatever. I could do like 2, 3 4 kind of exercise same day, no problem. As you get older, of course, your body doesn't reacts the same.
Right.
Your recovery is not the same. And I don't even know if it's an age thing, but it's like you focusing on what you want to focus on. You know what I mean? And I used to lift so heavy. We worked out together for multiple years. And I mean, I've learned so much from this guy. But I saw that as time went on, and especially because of the multiple injuries that I've had, especially because I loved so much to work out heavy, I saw that right now I'm just doing kind of more circuit training, you know, and focusing on sport-specific exercise instead of just lifting heavy. And I've seen the difference that it has done to my body. You know, like I'm injury-free. And that for me, just for over the 10 years was almost impossible. You know it. Yeah. Every year I had surgeries. You know what I mean?
Year.
Every year I had surgeries, if not 2 in the same year. You know what I mean? Just because I always love to train hard. I'm an extremist. Everything I do it hard. Right. You know what I mean? And it wasn't different with the workout, but whenever I started working out with Maggie and this different setup of exercise now, I actually found something that I could still do the workout that I love, but avoiding injuries. Right. And the same thing was with him. You know, like Omar loves jiu-jitsu, but every time he goes, because of his personality, again, he's a champion. He has a champion inside of himself. Yeah. So whenever he goes train, he doesn't like to train light. He goes hard. And everybody looks at him and he's this big.
And they want to kill
He's
me.
a purple belt. They were like, okay, you know, they want to go hard with him as well. Guess what? Unfortunately, it's not that like he loves jiu-jitsu, but he cannot practice jiu-jitsu as much as he would love to, just because, you know, it interferes on his profession. Yeah. You know, and that goes on, you know, like even now I'm doing kite surfing. Man, I don't have time to go kite surfing. I have the kite, I have all the toys, and I would love to. But being on the water takes so much energy from me. And if I want to still compete and, man, you know, like be going against these young kids, I have to recover. It's impossible for me to be a businessman, to be an athlete, to be a leader inside of my team, and to be, you know, just screwing around, playing around of other exercise that demands energy from me. Yeah. We have to pick our battles. You know, like whenever I stop being an athlete and I do it just for a lifestyle, that would be completely different. Right. Because then, you know, some days I wouldn't need to train jiu-jitsu and I could, you know, replace for a workout on the water, which I love. Right. And one day I'll be able to do that. But that day is not right now.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. No. I feel that, you know, difference as well when I'm training now. I'm doing the private classes with Coach Dennis. You know, it's late at night, it's 8:15, whatever. And then the next day I try to go to the gym in the morning. Oh, and man. I was like, oh man, I'm still feeling this, you know. And I like to I've always liked to lift heavy too. But it's what I was telling you guys, you know, I'm not 40, right? But
how old you are, bro?
Let me be careful. He's too big.
How old you are?
What's up? No, I don't think you're in a really good position there to be talking shit.
Not today.
Okay, so
he got red. Look at him.
But I'm 35 for the record. So, but that doesn't matter, right? Because epigenetic age is what matters. He's 30, what was it? 36. So, but regardless, you know, you have to protect your musculoskeletal system too. And that goes back into, you know, Omar, you know, he's a specialist in transformation, so forth, especially on the nutrition part. And that's really important, you know, because like lots of times, and guys, take this serious. We're talking to you and we're looking at the most powerful DEXA scan in the East Coast of the United States. It's right there. You guys can't see it on the camera, but it's here in the office. So what does that machine do? That machine reads bone density. So that's the machine that diagnoses osteoporosis on grandma. But in the sports industry, we use it to map out fat, muscle, etc. And then when we do blood work, we literally say, okay, here's you now in 3 months and here's you later in 3 months. And you put on 6 to 10 pounds of muscle in 3 months, burn 10 pounds of fat, whatever. But when we look at the bone, this is scary, man. We look at 40-year-old people, 40, 42, and they're becoming osteopenic. Their bones are like losing power, right? And then even in like 50 years old, they have osteoporosis, right? And then, you know, the story, oh, grandma fell and broke her hip. It's not grandma fell and broke her hip. It's grandma broke her hip and fell because that thing's so weak. Right, and that's happening a lot to us in the injuries.
That's why it's good just to train, to lift weight.
Yeah.
You're gonna avoid that.
Avoid that, and then the nutrition, proper.
And of course, the nutrition.
Yeah. So not to get too technical, but Dr. Weston Price that's all he did is a dentist. So he's very curious about bones, and he traveled the world. Beautiful work, man. He traveled the world trying to figure out why, like these indigenous people didn't have problems with, like with the teeth, like, we have here in the, the more industrialized countries. So he called something factor X. He's like, what, factor X? But this is what he, before he died, there was this thing that he found in their food that they would eat. It was called factor X. After he died, they found out it was vitamin K2. And what vitamin K2 with the vitamin D3 and the magnesium does increases the strength of your bones, right? And now it's something like, oh, you're talking about something for grandma. No, it's not, man. No, it's not. And this guy believes in everything that I'm saying. He's not, it's not like...
It's all about nutrition, man.
Oh, my God, yes,
Sugar, flour, like, man, we're just eating so bad now these days. It's just crazy, man. We have to avoid that.
That's why I like what we were talking before. It's for us to have a resource of information. A lot of us, we tend to go to the doctor, or we tend to go exercise, or we tend to go, like sign yourself on any kind of sports after you already said that you were sick, or you're like debilitated, or you have your physique debilitated or something like that, which we should do the other way around, right? That's why, like, I'm working with you is because I want to know what the information my body is giving me right now so I can prevent actually being in trouble. I don't want to get sick. I want to know beforehand so I know how my blood is, what the sugar on my body is. Man, I came here last year. I was pre-diabetic, and I'm an athlete.
No. You were diabetic.
I know Cyber, man. He is like crazy.
No.
He still
diabetic,
good.
baby. Diabetic.
I was diabetic.
There were no pre there.
But
that was full blown.
Yeah, but you know what I mean?
But now he's good.
But
now,
now I'm good. But that's what I'm saying. It's very important for us to actually get to know what are the needs that our body have.
Data. That's the thing. You got to collect data. And no offense to health professionals out there, we're trained in a different way, but we're trained to do a checkup. Let me ask you something. If somebody goes to your bank account, your businesses and so forth, check up, everything's okay. You'll be like, excuse me? You want projections. You look at an income statement, balance sheet, cash flow summary, a profit and loss statement. You want to see all the numbers. How come for your body's like, check up? Really what it sounds like, and I went to medical school. I know how, the training is, and I don't really agree with that. You have to look at the data, and something, for example, in nutrition that I'm really liking, and I'm getting a lot of people from your industry here at the clinic, is food sensitivity. Yeah, a good food sensitivity exam, you got to go to a good lab. But food sensitivity is super important because people are inflamed lots of times, and bloated and anxious, and what's your thoughts on the food sensitivity?
It's just right now people are just going too crazy, man, with the alcohol and sugar and everything, man. Like, just people now, they don't know how to eat.
Yeah,
we know how to eat. But I think maybe 90% of the population, they don't know how to eat. They don't know. They don't have the right information, Oh,
how about like the documentaries? One documentary tells you to do this. The other documentary tells you to do that, and it's like, okay, where do you stand? What do you advise people, with especially the vegan versus the keto versus this versus the paleo? And
man, I think you guys just have to stay away from sugar, flour.
Processed.
Yeah, of course.
That's why
you don't really have to eat like too protein, like too high, It depends. If you do bodybuilding, you have to increase your protein intake. But if you don't do bodybuilding, you don't have to eat too much protein. It's not that healthy to eat a lot of protein, you know. Veggies, some fruits. I think it's the best way. But blood test, man, you have to get it on. You have to go. You have to get the blood test, and then you know where you at. And then you can take care of everything, like learning how to eat, how to train. But you need to do the blood test. I have a lot of clients, they are 40, 45, 50. There is this thing that I'm about to say, these people, they don't want to talk about this. It's about sex.
Oh.
So this is the thing. Now I'm 40, I'm 45, maybe 50. But I can't get hard. Right? Why? Because my testosterone levels are too low. But these people, they don't even know that.
Of course.
They think they are just getting old. We don't have to get old like that. Okay? So if you go, this is what I do. I send them to the doctor, any doctor, to do a blood test, okay? And then let's say the testosterone for a guy, testosterone levels are down to maybe 80, 100, 120. and
That lion is asleep.
his wife is so mad, and she thinks he's cheating, and he's not. So I got this guy last year, man, and his testosterone level, they were down to maybe 100, man.
Wow.
I told the guy, bro, I'm gonna change your life.
Yeah.
It took me like maybe 6 weeks. After six weeks, he came to the gym. He was like, bro, my wife is in love with you. Yeah, man, because like we don't know, we don't have that, information. We should take care of ourselves. We have to go to the doctor. We have to do the blood test, and we have to see where we are. We are hormones, so if we don't take care of that, it's over, man. I'm talking about brain and about recovering and about everything. And sex, like for me, sex is the most important thing in life.
Screw bodybuilding.
Screw bodybuilding.
Screw bodybuilding for
At
sex.
the end of the day, all we're doing is because
That's
of
why
that. That's it.
He's the best fighter in the world right now. Why? But like there is people they don't really like. They don't even like to talk about it. I have so many clients. Talking about girls, a lot. I've been doing this for 20 years, so I know, what is going on. They come to me. They talk about, the relationships, and I'm like, bring the guy here. I can fix that, and but there is people that don't really like to talk about that.
Yeah.
So it's really hard to change that. But I think this, like the podcast and stuff, I think it's really cool to give that information
for people just to feel comfortable in hearing people talking about, and this information about everything. We started talking about food, and it went to hormones and sex and things like that. It's all about the information that we spoke about before, right? If you don't know what's going on, a lot of times people even depression.
Yes.
A lot of times depression, all this is the imbalances that people have.
I had that. That's how I started this business.
We all had it.
No, yeah. And then we live in this, and that's what we spoke about last week, which is this burnout thing, right? The adrenal fatigue.
Yeah.
Okay, the adrenal gland releases adrenaline, right? So if you missed that podcast, go watch it. It's on Cyborg's page. But so that'll look like depression. Libido goes down the drain. Like I have no shame in talking about it. I'm 35. At 29, I was like, sex isn't the same for me anymore, And it wasn't my fault. That was the first time I looked at my hormones. I was like, whoa. And that's happening every day, younger and younger, because our environment's more toxic.
Nutrition.
Yeah, our food's super toxic. Yeah. Just simple things. Look, I'm just going to give you guys a simple thing. You guys like sauna, right? Yeah. Sauna's super cool. Okay. You go into a sauna there's dry sauna and there's wet sauna, right? You go into the steam sauna. You're breathing in the steam sauna. Do. What's happening? If that has the chlorine, you're breathing in chlorine. The chlorine has something, I believe it's called the halogen effect or something like that. It displaces iodine in your thyroid. Now, all of a sudden, because iodine, it has the competitors, fluoride, chlorine, and bromide, if I'm not mistaken. It takes the place of iodine, then all of a sudden you start to develop the thyroid issues, et cetera. If you repeat, obviously, the activity. It's not like you go in the sauna one time and it's going to happen. But now, water with fluoride, this, all of a sudden you start to become a different person. Your biochemistry changes, then your physiology changes as well, So all these things are important to get the output you want, to get the physiology that you want, to be the person that you want. It's not easy. And that's really what I think the point we wanted to deliver today. It's discipline, it's rituals, it's doing the right choices, it's data, right? Yep. And hanging out with people that motivate you,
Yeah, hanging out with people that is like-minded.
Yeah.
Right? And that have that drive. I have multiple friends of mine who have the same age as I do, and I look at the guys like, man, what's up with you? You know what I mean? And people are like, man, you're still a champion of 40. Yeah, because it's a choice. It's a choice that I do into having the lifestyle that I have to have, into becoming who I want to become. Or keep being the champion that I want to be. It's very important it's a compound effect, right? The more you do it, like you said, the lifestyle, if you have a healthy lifestyle, you're going to go through. If you, put on your mind that you're old and things are too hard, and guess what? You're going to get old, man.
Yes. Every action has a reaction, so it's just like that, man. And girls, you guys have to do it too, blood test, estrogen levels, androgen levels. Like, come on. Like, you're 40, you're 45, you're 50, you don't feel like having sex, you're fucked. Okay? So, you guys
actually, you're not.
I wanted to say that.
Actually, that's true. So, my man, it's so important, I just like the topic. Like, it's important to give that information so people they have to take care of themselves. And I stop eating shit, man. You go to Publix, you go to the supermarket, it's just, shitty food. Everything has sugar in it.
Yeah.
Everything has flour. They control us. We have to be smarter than that. We have to start eating healthy, okay? We don't need all that garbage. We don't need it. So let's fucking do it, man.
You know what I tell people? Go to the supermarket and try this. How do you shop in the supermarket? Go around the supermarket. Don't cross the aisles. Yeah, but it really works. Try it. Take your cart, go in the supermarket, bust a right, and then start going around. That's where you're gonna find the produce, the meats, etc. When you look at your favorite food in a box, your cereals, no, you can't turn. You can't zigzag. Just go around the supermarket and then exit, and you'll see how hard it is. That you got to learn how to eat non-processed foods. It's very, very important.
And one tip, one trick: eat before going to the supermarket. You have to fucking eat before you go there. If not, you're gonna fuck it up, man. Eat, go there, and then you have,
you gotta
clarity.
think more logically.
So no, but for real, like you guys have to do it. You have to eat before going there. It's gonna be a mess. Ice cream, chocolate cake, and all that garbage, and we don't need that, Maybe once a week we can do that. But there's people that eat like that every day, man. They wake up in the morning, they go to Dunkin' Donuts, they have the coffee with sugar plus the donuts, and then they don't eat more. They go at night, they go home at night, and they kill it. Don't expect to feel good and to have like a healthy life if you're eating like that. You don't even go to the gym, you don't do cardio. So come on, you fucked. So fix your shit.
Hey, I gotta ask something because this guy's is in a no homo here, but show him what's under the hood.
Under the hood.
Under the hood. This guy is like ripped to the T.
Just two.
Yeah.
Off season.
Yeah, off season, man. This dude is ripped. He knows what he's talking about, man. Because I told him,
always. Since I've known him for 14 years, always. He was never out of shape, man.
Yeah, this guy's always like this. And, to be like that, it takes work. It takes discipline.
A lot of discipline.
You see the guy in the jacket, but under the hood there, this guy's lean as heck. We're about to throw him on the DEXA scan to see his body percent fat and all that.
And one thing is we have to be a role model for my clients. That's why I like to stay like this, I like to eat healthy so I can show them that it can be done, He say my cyborg, he trains every day, man. I don't know how he does that shit. I don't know, for real.
Yeah, he goes hard.
Man, I feel so much respect for cyborg. He doesn't even know that. The way how I met him 14, maybe 13 years ago, and it's an everyday shit, It's an everyday thing. Like he goes hard every day, man. The jiu-jitsu twice a day, and he used to do private. So I got him.
Still does.
I got him when he wasn't when he wasn't expensive. Now he doesn't even do privates anymore, bro. I remember that I used to pay him $80 for
not anymore
for an hour. But one time he told me man, I can't do this anymore. I'm like, okay, cool. But I love those days, man. He made me compete.
Oh, you competed?
Yeah.
No, you competed with
3 weeks of jiu-jitsu.
2 weeks of jiu-jitsu.
3 weeks of jiu-jitsu. He's like, bro, you competing. I'm like, what? I'm not competing. I don't know. I don't even know how to fight. Don't worry. True story. Worst case scenario, you lose the fight. I'm like, fuck. I don't want to lose. You know what I mean? So I went there, man.
You're from the hood in Venezuela, right?
I'm from the hood.
Yeah, so you know how to fight.
I'm from the hood. It's true. But it's jiu-jitsu. I had the picture in my Instagram. This guy.
The guy was huge, and when the guy almost broke his posture, he lifted his hands. The guy was like, "Omar, no."
I was about to punch the guy. I literally slapped the guy. The guy was maybe 6'5", 280 pounds. Bro, when I saw the guy before fighting the guy, I was like, I went to the bathroom. True story, man. I went to the bathroom to do number 2. I was so scared, man. I didn't want to fight. I just wanted to go home, So I fought the guy, but man, when I got into the mat, I just saw Cyborg, my brother, and Ernesto, and everybody's so excited about the fight. So I got into it, but I still was afraid. I just slapped the guy. I didn't know how to fucking do the jiu-jitsu thing, so I was just like this,
He was exactly. He was like this, hey, shh, open your hands.
Yeah, open your hands. So I lost the fight. Remember, I lost the fight for 1 point. I did a sweep. So I got 2 points.
Yeah.
The guy at the end, he
It was a
mounted
battle.
me.
It was a good
Yeah, it
battle.
wasn't bad. And then I went to the hospital because I got finger in the eye. So I end up in the hospital. So my first fight cost me like $1,000. You know, but it was good, man. Man, like Cyborg is just, I don't know, something else. He's a different breed, bro.
Yeah.
Like his mindset, he's working hard all the time, and fighting. Like fighting is not easy, man. Fighting is not easy. Like just training jiu-jitsu is not easy.
But all we do, Marzão, that's why it's so important. You know, like so the point of the podcast today was saying how to be 40 and still doing it. And I do believe that the true answer to that is passion to what we
Passion.
do. We have to love what we do. Yeah. You know, like I love what we do. What you do for me is insane. The same thing you're talking about me. For me to do what you do, it's insane. I have so much respect for you, and I have so much respect for him for what he does that I would never be able to do it. You know what I mean? So again, like it's super important that us, you know, like we're great friends and we're successful on the things that we chose to do, which is super awesome. And it's all driven by passion. You would be doing what you're doing regardless if you would maybe make money or not. Yeah. That's why you're successful, because you love, you're there regardless. But then, you know what? Look, you make a lot of money today, you're the man, you know what I mean? And that's awesome that you do. But the primary thing is the passion, is the love that you have to what you do. For me, it's the same. For you, it's the same. So, like, it's super important for us to be consistent with something we love, because regardless of the time it takes for you to actually be successful with it, you're going to do it anyways. Yes. And that's why you keep on driving forward. Mm-hmm. That's consistency, you know? So I believe that for me, I believe that's the answer, you know?
100%.
Consistency to my passion. Consistency to what I believe is right, you know? And that's why I keep on doing it. How do you keep motivated? I don't need to keep motivated. I don't need to motivate myself to do something I love. Yes. I just wake up and I'm motivated right there. I want to train. You know what I mean? Some good days, some bad days, but I'm going to do it anyways.
That's the thing. There is people, but guys, like, so I know for sure, like, sometimes he doesn't want to go to school. I know he doesn't want to fight. I know he doesn't want to train, but he goes and he does the job, okay? So sometimes I wake up in the morning. I don't want to do the cardio. I don't want to eat eggs. I want to eat a piece of bread, cheese, ham, coffee, you know, like regular sugar. But man, it's a choice. Like you have to know that you have a choice, okay? So there is people that they think that he's special, you know, but he's not. He's just still like just pushing. We push every day. Yeah. We have to fucking push every day, man. It's not just like that. Like, okay, they love what they do. That's why they do it. No. I mean, we love it, but sometimes we wake up in the morning and we don't want to do it. 100%. We don't want to do it, man. Sometimes I'm sad. I lost maybe a family member. Maybe I'm fighting with my wife, like that's almost every day. So, but the thing is that you have to keep going, man. You know, the show must continue, continue, man. And there is people that just quit. They go to the gym for maybe a month, and they don't achieve what they think they can achieve in 1 month, and they just quit. Don't fucking quit, bro. Just keep doing it.
Yeah.
1 month, 2 months, 3 months. Like, you have to change. Yeah. You know, when it comes about transformation, you want to get a what? Black belt? It's not going to take you a month. Maybe just to get the blue belt, it's going to take you maybe 2 years if you go to his school. Yeah. It's just hardcore, man.
It's just like
it's so cool.
It's a lifetime worth of commitment. Yeah. To anything we want to do.
To anything.
To our profession, to our sports, to anything you want to do. If you want to be good at something, it's a lifetime commitment.
And mindset, man. I mean, just to be able to do all this, is you have to have a constant feeling of good, of, you know, where it's going to be painful, but what's your why? What's your motive? And then one thing that, you know, I encourage you guys to do is respect yourself, man. Love yourself. These guys have a high level of confidence, a high self-love. And even if you don't feel, you know, it's you, man. You get one body, you get one brain, you get one soul, one spirit, you know, that's
one life.
One life, buddy. So, you know, you have to have love for yourself. You know, give yourself good fuel, man. Don't put no cooking oil in a Ferrari, man. You got to put the good gas. You got to, respect yourself, love yourself. I mean, and even if not, look at the people around you that depend on you. Kids, husband, wife, whatever it is, man. You got to love yourself, and then you start to love your game a little bit more.
Don't hang out with the wrong crowd, guys.
Oh, 100%.
Okay? Like you have to have, like a really nice group of people that can encourage you. There's people they are not good for you, It can be family members, but they just,
Hey.
Hey. So, it's rock and roll.
Hang out with people who motivate you and makes you better.
Hey, let me say something on that. Get rid of the worst 20% of your life to make space for the best 20% of your life. Do not be afraid of that. That's
It's
a rule.
your choice.
Guys, all of this here is amazing. Well, I think we passed. I think we did a worth of 2 podcasts right here. It was so cool, that, we passed the point. But I really hope that you guys got a good message from us today. Omarzão, thank you so much, man. We really want to have you more with us here.
Thank you, Master.
Always great information.
Oos.
Mr. D, you're the man. Thank you so much, all of you guys. See you guys next episode. Os.
Oos.
Os.